Anyways, chat, do you guys want to talk about our favorite VTuber company? Man, dude, this is my favorite VTuber company. It's been a while since we talked about Nijisanji. It's been a hot minute. You know, it's been a while. I don't really keep up with Nijisanji anymore. Just because at the end of the day, right, it's kind of like saying the same shit over and over again. Nijisanji bad, Nijisanji evil. Certain VTubers in Nijisanji are pretty messed up, you know? It's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like what it is, you know? Yeah, Ubisoft has been taking their time in the news. But it's been a while. Let's see what's been happening with Nijisanji. Apparently there's some serious shit happening with Niji. Well, you know, anytime that Nijisanji's in the news, it's always serious shit anyways. Or just stupid decisions at the end of the day. But we're gonna see which one it is. Let me see what it says. Nijisanji English VTuber speaks out against Niji EN livers. That is interesting. So somebody on the inside of Nijisanji is talking bad behaviors from other Niji EN livers. Damn, dude. Nijisanji has a rat in there. They got a mole. They got a mole on the inside, chat. They got a mole on the inside. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, it's like this is going to get the popcorn treatment for me. Yeah, this is going to be very. But at the same time, right? We all know that Nijisanji is bad. Let's not beat around the bush here. Everybody knows, even my audiences from my YouTube, you know, my YouTube community and everyone here on Twitch. We all know Nijisanji is not good. Okay, it's bad. Okay, the work environment is terrible. The Niji livers are also terrible too as well. And I'm just kind of like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be very honest with you. If you have any pride for yourself, you will not sign up to Nijisanji. If you have any ounce of respect for yourself, you will not bother applying for Niji at all. And like I'm sorry, like I don't care how much money you offer me. I will not sign up to Nijisanji. Even if they came up to me and tried to get me on board for their shit, you know, to be a VTuber for their fucking company, I would not sign. I don't care how much money they offer me. I would not do it whatsoever. Like I'd rather stick with my small community and not be super famous than going into, you know, Nijisanji, because you want to know something? That community, well, at least not all of them, right? Only for some of them, right? Only some people from the Nijisanji community. They're just fucking crazy. You know? Some of them are crazy, man. And also some of them are just like, they're not really your true fan base, you know? They're kind of like borrowed fan base from like the other communities, you know? Well, compared to here, right? Here, you know, on Twitch, my YouTube, you guys are like my core, you know, my core community, my core fan base. And I'm always proud of it at the end of the day. So, compared to Nijisanji, I think I'd rather have this fan base than I have right now compared to that, in my personal opinion.
It's taken a turn for the worst. Then as today we return to the VTuber agency Nijisanji English, and more specifically, one of their hired talents. That being...
Dude, are we gonna be talking about Aster Arcadia? Bro, that man was in controversy. What was it? Was it this year or was it like last year? I don't remember when it was. But this man was in controversy with what's her name? Scarlet. Yeah, there you go, Scarlet. Apparently, like, some DMs got leaked or something about them, and then Aster was being like super aggressive towards my girl Scarlet, you know. Scarlet is basically like the only one that I kind of like care about at Nijisanji. That's about it, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm trying to think of any other members off the top of my head. No, not really. No shit. Thank you for the tier 1. You
The
into a lost
Nijisanji English
dragon.
Liver Aster Arcadia. Warning, this episode does dive into very serious subjects, and we have kept this episode unmonetized.
Oh shit.
Welcome, Winter's Quinter. Get ready for some thrilling gaming adventures with us. Your subscription adds to the excitement, so let's dive in and have a fantastic time together. Let's make the most of it.
Hey! I was sick of ads. Well, it's because it's December, unfortunately. The ads are very aggressive in December, but apparently that's where that's what the content creator says, that's where you earn the most money, so. I have no idea if it's true or not, so I can't really tell you guys, so. Yeah. Like, I can't watch all of Scarlet's stuff, but I think personally, I went to look up her original YouTube channel. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I like her content a lot more on her original YouTube channel, in my personal opinion. I actually started watching quite a lot of her, like, older content. I was like, wow, dude, this is, like, for me, it's entertaining. For me, there's a reason why it's entertaining.
Our thanks go out to our viewers for any likes and comments on this video, along with sharing it as they see fit, as this is perhaps one of our most important episodes ever. This regarding a number of allegations and accusations against Aster Arcadia.
Wow. I'm not surprised at all, you know. I'm not very surprised at all that there's allegations for Aster Arcadia. Am I surprised that any VTuber from Nijisanji has allegations? No, I'm not really surprised whatsoever. I saw a video where a VTuber previously known as Kunai Nakasato from Nijian was told when she debuted to act like they had a father. I saw that popped up on my feed. Apparently she doesn't have a dad, so she had to pretend she had a dad, which was crazy in my personal opinion.
Some of which date all the way back to February of 2024. That as, at that time, a communication between Aster and another Nijisanji English talent, that being Scarlet Yunaguni, had appeared online. This communication at the time not being verified, and this conversation between Aster and Scarlet being very contentious between the two. Scarlet apologizing profusely to Aster, and Aster replying, I mean, is that it? Am I supposed to be like, oh, no problem, and just go about my day? Following that up later with, am I not going to get a response to this? And lastly, seriously, LOL, so you're purposely ignoring me. Upon the release of that screenshot online, Aster Arcadia and Scarlet Yunaguni then holding an impromptu stream together. This stream having prior not appeared on either of their schedules, and later the talents of Nijisanji English sharing heart emoji tweets with one another. This all happening at the same time that Raziel Warmonic had taken to Twitter to talk about her time as a moderator for Nijisanji.
Yep, the whole Luca Kaneshiro thing, we kind of looked into it. We kind of looked into a lot of the stuff, and you know, like I said, right, there are some things that are just kind of like, they're eyebrow raising, but it's nothing too crazy about it, right? But because we did make a video. If you want to take a look at it, you can kind of see it. I think it's on my, you can see it on my main channel. But I do have to say though, it's like, yes, right, like there's some, it's because the problem is like, right, all of this happened in VR chat. That's the only thing why it's just kind of like, okay, like, is it weird what he did? Yeah, of course it's weird what he did, but like, it's just kind of like, it's not like he sexual harassed somebody in a virtual game, you know, because it's a virtual game, you know. It's not like he was like pulling his cock out, you know, you know, and you know, doing like, you know, stroking his schlong in front of her, you know. Now that point right there is where you're like, okay, that's a bit weird, bro, you know. That's some weird shit, you know. Like that's beyond weird. That's like sexual harassment shit, you know. But usually if it's kind of like, if it's in VR chat, it's just kind of like, you kind of don't really take VR chat seriously. But if you take VR chat seriously, it's just kind of like, you know. I personally don't take VR chat serious, right? Like, have I had like weird interactions with people? Oh yeah, 100%. Thank you for the follow, so welcome. Like, I've had weird interactions in VR chat. I have so many stories.
Nijisanji English talent Luka Kaneshiro. Raziel stating she was not aware of where that particular screenshot had come from. Raziel later into the next month then releasing a document regarding Luka Kaneshiro, but also addressing the subject of Aster Arcadia harassing other co-workers, stating, I can confirm that Luka said that multiple girls were coming to him about the issue since management wouldn't do anything, and he discussed it with both Alira and I. This being another talent with the Nijisanji English agency, that being Alira Pandora. Raziel continuing, I personally told him to gather as much evidence as possible since it shouldn't be there, that being Luka's and Alira's job, to regulate this issue. To my understanding, nothing was done about it. Raziel.
That's crazy. That's crazy that nothing was done of the situation of what he has done.
Then including this screenshot from a direct message saying another Nijisanji liver confirmed by DM the Aster allegations after this had been made public. 2 months later, a law firm representing the parent company of Nijisanji English, that being Anycolor Incorporated, sending a cease and desist notice to Raziel and stating Anycolor takes its responsibility toward employees and those it manages and treats any allegations of misconduct seriously. It reacts appropriately to any allegations brought to its attention, including via personal consultations with its human resources and or legal representatives, and since April 12th of 2024, that date being after the release of Raziel Warmonic's document on Luka Kaneshiro, through its quote-unquote internal whistleblowing policy for livers. This apparently being a new policy within Anycolor regarding policy around whistleblowing. And now for the first time ever, TV
Damn, that's... oh shit, that's crazy.
is presenting those direct messages to Raziel from this other Nijisanji English liver, saying to Raziel at the time, thank you for your message. I've known about you and I'm happy you finally told the truth. Please do not worry or be afraid legally what they can do to you. The truth is they cannot. Don't let them silence you or scare you into silence as they've done to so many. The person in question has done a lot of bad things, not just to you, so thank you for sharing your experience. This Nijisanji English liver then clarifying to help you with clarity, I remember that incident, it was Aster, and adding, a lot of people waited for you to tell the truth for a while because it had been an issue, so I'm happy you finally did. Do not worry about those that are sending hate. This truth in the long run will help so many people. And now here we are, months later.
Damn. You know, I always thought Aster Arcadia just something about him just didn't sit right with me, man. I don't know what it was, man, but my intuition inside of me was like, there's something off with this dude. I can't put my finger with it, but there's something off with this guy. Like, I don't really try to judge a book by its cover, but the vibe felt weird is all, you know? I was like, I don't know, man. Something feels off, you know? Something feels very off. I just had a suspicious feeling, you know? Maybe like my third sense was tingling or something, you know?
Later, Aster Arcadia still fully employed with Nijisanji English, as more documents have been making their rounds regarding accusations against Aster Arcadia. One individual reaching directly out to TVS, proving they had been in direct contact with a Nijisanji English liver that was different from the one that was speaking to Raziel earlier in the year. This individual forwarding on not just communications between them and the Nijisanji English liver, but further proof in regards to the validity of these communications, including providing evidence that they and the Nijisanji English liver were mutuals on Twitter, then linking their alternate Discord account and alternate Discord server, further providing evidence of their personal Steam account alongside a Throne account they held outside of Nijisanji English. This individual also providing proof of their game accounts which could be verified on the Nijisanji English liver's actual Nijisanji English streams. One section between this individual and the Nijisanji English liver reading, when I had a mental breakdown and went to Twitch, it was because Aster was saying like he wants to fly me out to Japan, saying weird actual S. Testing my friends. I went to management. They wouldn't even speak to him. I was really considering graduating.
Whoa, dude. Whoa, that's crazy. You think the management in Nijisanji, you think they're gonna start managing? Man, bruh. you have more hope or so winning the lottery than having a manager from Nijisanji actually doing management jobs. Like, no joke, dude. I bet you can probably beat a Dark Souls boss with one hand tied behind your back and blindfolded than Nijisanji ever managing anything in their entire life, you know? Mama Sonako, I saw this and it honestly confirms that Niji truly doesn't care for about its male talents doing whatever they so pleased, it seems. Dude, these guys, well, these are 100% Gen Zers. These are 100% Gen Zers. I feel like COVID definitely fucked up the Gen Zers pretty fucking badly. If they just have, like, conversations like this nonchalantly where they say sexual shit, you know? Like, look, there's nothing wrong with talking, like, sexual shit with certain friends, right? Because I have certain friends. Let me put this in parentheses and quotations and exclamation. Certain friends that are okay with sexual shit. Okay? I have a few friends that are okay with it. I talk to them like that too. They talk to me like that as well. And we have a really good time. Okay? It's fine because I know them. I've known them for a while. Now, I haven't spoken to them in a while, because they've been busy, which is completely understandable. You know, they got real lives at the end of the day. It's not like I can hang out with them 24/7. But it's always so nice to hear them from time to time, though, and it's good to catch up as well. So, but if you're introducing to friends, right? Like if, let's say for example, right, I'm introducing Aster to some of my girlfriends, right? But then he starts doing this off the bat. You know, he starts doing, like, weird sexual shit in, like, the first week or so of just meeting them. Then it's kind of like, okay, all right, that's a little bit weird, you know? I'm like, it's definitely a little bit weird for this to be a thing. It's very interesting that they were really considering of graduating. Who would it be? I have a few guesses who it would be off the top of my head. Yeah, like I have a few guesses, but I don't know, but I'm not gonna say any names though. Because I don't want people speculating and then people start digging into it when they really shouldn't. So, but this is pretty crazy in my personal opinion. I don't know, dude. It's kind of weird. It says like, oh, what would have? I bet you he probably says this to the girls. It's like, oh, because you know he's probably like, because you know he's famous and shit like that, and probably the girls are probably like fangirls of him. Maybe I don't know. I don't fucking know. Probably say like, oh, what would happen if I fly you out to Japan? You know, we like, you know, we do some like weird, you know, sexual stuff. You know. What happens if you and I are at a hotel or something like that, or like, you know, or if we go to a love hotel, you know, in Japan, you know, what would you do? I bet you that's like some of the questions that he would say. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Gen Zers are just so horny, dude. Like, honestly, Gen Zers are they're just horny people. They're just literally let their dicks do all the talking, which is crazy.
Of course, meaning that
this makes all Gen Zers look bad. Like overall, it really does make all Gen Zers look bad.
They were considering leaving the company of Nijisanji English. This Nijisanji English Live are continuing on, but my manager talked me out of it. It feels gross to me, like I feel like I am hiding his behavior. Because this
The manager of this VTuber talked them out of it from graduating because his behavior is being misbehaved and not taking any accountability. Wow, dude. Wow, what a fucking manager. Wow. Wow, that sure is a manager, man. That manager should be managing, but the wrong fucking way, in my personal opinion.
It's not just me, it's many, many girls, a lot of my friends. When being asked why management had not taken action, this Nijisanji English Liver then replying, I don't know, but I assume they are scared to fire after what happened, and then citing bad PR, that being
Nope, because you want to know something? You want to know something? It actually makes you guys a lot more better if you fire somebody who has done bad conduct, you know? Compared to keeping somebody who is doing these things behind the scenes and it getting leaked out to the public by a random insider instead, because this just makes your company even look even far worse than the situation itself. It's just better to fire him and be like, okay, so this is what he did, you know? And talk about them trying to turn into a new leaf, huh? Damn, we're already hitting the new year and it's already going pretty fucking bad with Nijisanji right now. And he's just gonna keep doing it, to be honest, because he's getting away with it, you know? He's just gonna keep doing it. He's just gonna keep fucking messing around with girls, playing around with girls and shit like it's a fucking like it's a sex toy, you know? And not give a fucking rat's ass, you know? It's pretty terrible at the end of the day, honestly. It's kind of like he's just gonna get away with it. He's just gonna keep doing it, you know? Doesn't matter. He's just gonna keep doing it. He's just gonna fucking keep going at it. He's just gonna find a different group and he's just gonna do the same shit.
Bad public relations, meaning this Nijisanji English Liver believes that Aster was not reprimanded because Nijisanji English did not want anything like this being made public, even if Aster was found to be in the wrong. This Nijisanji English...
Wow. Wow, dude. Man, if they had any reputation left inside of themselves, they would fire Aster. They would completely fire Aster. Like, if this was my company and I own a fucking VTuber agency and I find this out, they're fucking fired immediately. I don't give two fucking shits, you know? Pack your shit, you're fucking gone, you know? If this was my company, if this was my VTuber agency, man, that shit is, you know, that boy is gone immediately. I tolerate no shit like that, 100%. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Liver then finding out these communications had been forwarded to us and then directly reaching out. A call then being set up between us and this Nijisanji English Liver. This anonymous Nijisanji English Liver then telling us they were considering speaking to us about this subject regarding Aster Arcadia, calling this the fault of the company and the individual, that being Aster, firstly describing that many Nijisanji English Livers within the branch simply stay away from Aster, especially within voice chat, either not wanting to be dragged into games or into uncomfortable conversations with this Nijisanji English Liver.
Oh, that's interesting. They literally say to other people to avoid hanging out with him in general. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad in my personal opinion. That's pretty fucking bad.
Anonymous Nijisanji English Liver then further telling us that they had spoken to one of their friends outside of Nijisanji and that Aster had been, quote, basically been saying the exact same stuff that had been going on in my calls with him. This anonymous Liver stating this is not okay, saying of their friend that this girl is a very big fan of the company and a very big fan of Aster.
Who is even a fan of Nijisanji now these days? Like, honestly, like, I'm sorry, but if you're a fan of Nijisanji EN, you kind of lose respect from me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be straight up and honest with you. If you're actually fans of Nijisanji EN, you know, you lose credibility from me. You know, I'm sorry. That's just facts. The amount of shit that has come out from Nijisanji En to the point of like, yeah, I can't be a fan. I can't support this. It's kind of like, you know. I know for a fact at least a majority of my community is not a fan of Nijisanji En. I know that for a fact. You know? I don't mind a few individuals. Like the only person that I kind of like consider like I like the most is Scarlet at the moment. But even then, it's just kind of like I've only known Millie Parfait because she's one of us, but the rest, yeah. But Millie Parfait also has some very questionable shit that has happened. That's the only thing. That's why. If I remember correctly, is Millie Parfait who I think it is? Ah, yes. The person that says that Nijisanji is not a black company. Ah, yes. Yeah, she definitely, yeah, I remember her antics. I can't support that either, so. I cannot support that. I don't care how good of a singer she is. I will not support her shenanigans, to be honest, with that situation itself. Yeah, Phase Connect. Some of the basically almost every single person at Phase Connect are pretty much my kind of people that I would probably hang out on a regular daily basis, personally. Yeah.
Marking that communications between Aster had been inappropriate and further classifying them as uncomfortable. This anonymous Nijisanji English liver then sang in another call with another girl. The liver asked if anything weird had happened between them and Aster. This other girl confirming the exact same inappropriate discussions had also occurred between them and Aster Arcadia. The anonymous Nijisanji liver adding, I can assume this is happening to many people as I was told by another girl, this being a third friend, that Aster is doing this to smaller indie VTubers.
Damn, that's crazy that he is doing it to smaller indie VTubers. That is crazy in my personal opinion. Like I have to say that's pretty crazy. That he is reaching out, that he is using his fame, his status, his quota to reach indie like indie VTubers, like female indie VTubers, I assume, right? And do these kinds of conversations. Yeah, I'm gonna be personally honest with it. He really shouldn't have a platform, in my personal opinion. But hey, at the end of the day, Nijisanji will hire anybody. You know, they'll even hire a serial killer as a VTuber if they wanted to. You know, I wouldn't be fucking surprised, in my personal opinion. He's just building his perfect world. Oh my god.
And VTubers within smaller VTuber agencies. And further hearing this from other friends that this Nijisanji English liver trusts. This anonymous liver saying that when speaking with the other girls, that before even talking to the other girls about the inappropriate conversations they had with Aster, these other girls would simply repeat the exact same experiences that happened to them. This anonymous liver initially wanting to give Aster the benefit of the doubt, thinking maybe they're just not good at communicating and speaking with.
No, because you want to know something? If they hire someone from the street, at least he would be a lot more better than hiring Aster, you know? If they hired a homeless person, I think he'd be more, you know, better off than compared to Aster Arcadia. I'm just saying. I said serial killer because, yeah, they would probably hire a serial killer. That's even far worse than hiring a homeless man. I'd rather take a homeless man than a serial killer any day of the week, to be honest. Yeah, it's, yeah, they did hire some person who hates white people, who always makes weird remarks against white people for some apparent reason, so.
With people, and that he simply did not understand why his behavior was wrong. This behavior, unfortunately, happening over and over again. The anonymous Nijisanji Live finding out that he had been talking with numerous other girls, and then stating he would constantly say increasingly weird stuff. One of the conversations between the anonymous Nijisanji Liver and Aster, revolving around Aster asking, quote, "What if you were in Japan? What if you were in Japan and I was with you? What if you were in Japan and I was holding your hand? What if you were in Japan and I was hugging you? What if I was in the hotel room with you in Japan?"
I'd kick you in the face if you were in the same hotel room as I am. I'm just saying, you know? I don't know you that fucking well for you to be in the same hotel room as me. And even then, on top of that, I'd rather be, if I'm gonna be in the same hotel room with a certain other VTuber, I'd rather be my friends. That's about it. Homeless VTuber would probably have a better personality also. Yeah.
Would you spend the entire day in the hotel room with me in Japan? That's Arcadia.
Who the fuck wants to spend in a hotel room all day long if you're visiting Japan? Who the fuck wants that? It's so dumb. I'm like, if you're going to a different country, you're gonna fucking be going outside all the damn time, exploring, especially Japan. If it's Japan, you're gonna be all out and about basically all day, every day, from night to day. Tanaka is better than the whole, Tanaka is better than the whole Niji. Facts. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God that I did not get into Nijisanji. Oh my God, I dodged a bullet. Whew. Oh, thank fucking God, to be honest. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Thank the fucking God that I did not get accepted into Nijisanji. Holy shit. I probably would lose my own mind or so if I had to interact with some of these individuals. Well, actually, to be honest, I probably would ignore them at the end of the day. So, hey, Fernando.
Yeah, telling this
because I don't take shit from nobody. Like if I have this little shit or so talking to me in my DMs, saying all this weird shit in my DMs, I'm not gonna respond to it. That's all I gotta say. Period. I'm just not going to respond.
Nijisanji English Liver, quote, "Oh, I bet you're so cute. Not your model. I bet you're really cute IRL." The anonymous Nijisanji.
Yes, this compliment right here, chat.
Room with me in Japan. That's Arcadia telling this Nijisanji English Liver, quote, "Oh, I bet you're so cute. Not your model. I bet you're really cute IRL." The anonymous Nijisanji.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy, huh? To a Niji Liver. I can probably take a guess. Who it can probably be, but I'm not gonna say the name because the only reason why is I don't want people speculating, so I'm not gonna say the name for privacy purposes. But I could be wrong though at the end of the day, right? What if you were on Japan? What if you were in Japan with me? I wanted to go half and half on a hot coin to okay stock. Shut the fuck up. I'll put him clean in his face. Yeah.
Nijisanji English Live are finding this behavior weird and uncomfortable. And upon speaking with one of their friends,
it is very weird. It is a very weird conversation. The only time I ever talk like that, like that, right? Like specifically like that, if I'm in a relationship with somebody. That's the only time I will ever talk like this, okay? To anybody. Once I'm in a relationship with somebody, I start talking about stuff like this, I'd be like, "Oh, what would happen if you were in a hotel with me, and all this other stuff." That's fine. If you're in a relationship, that's okay because you know each other. You've been together for quite a while, But to do this to a random girl from time to time, you talk to them and you barely know them, it's kind of like, they're not gonna talk to me like that, but in a menacing way. Shut your bitch ass up. Get back into the basement. You got a basement to command down there, King. All right, you gotta set up the Christmas lights down there for your basement dwellers. People have been pretty upset with your reign of terror, you know.
Seemed to have gone even further with the friend, saying to them, quote, "Your body is so sexy," and expressing how they wanted.
Whoa. I need to go back a second. Hold up a second. Hold up. What the fuck did I miss? Hold up a second. What the fuck?
Behavior weird and uncomfortable. And upon speaking with one of their friends, Aster seemed to have gone even further with the friend, saying to them, quote, "Your body is so sexy," and expressing how they wanted to fly her out to Japan for inappropriate purposes. Another friend of this anonymous liver had been visiting the area around which Aster lives, Aster later becoming upset because this friend did not want to meet up with him. Aster even offering this friend to fly this girl out to Japan, totaling 3 different girls that Aster Arcadia was attempting to fly out to Japan.
So he lives in Japan. So this dude lives in Japan. That's crazy. That's straight up crazy, dude. The only time I ever say, you know, you have a sexy body is my own person in a relationship. That's it. You know, if they're like, you know, if they actually like, you know, work out, you know, and you know, guy or girl, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a guy or girl. I'll always say, you know, if they're working out and everything like that, right? They, you know, they take care of themselves, right? You know, their body and shit like that. And I'm in a relationship with them and they're like showing it to me and everything. I'm like, of course I'm gonna say it's a sexy body, you know? It's obvious, but to say this to a random girl that you like probably barely know, or like just barely hanging out, or like maybe you're like 3 months in knowing this person, it's kind of weird, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of weird in my personal opinion. That's weird. Oh man, dude. And also he offers them to like fly them out to Japan. That's even weirder, to be honest. I would not want that whatsoever. I do not want anyone flying me out anywhere. And be like, oh yeah, I'll fly you out, you know? I'm like, hell fucking no, dude. Hell no, because that's just weird. I do not want to be alone with them. Because I feel like something off is gonna happen. Like 100%. That's already like red flags and red, you know, signals in my head going off to be like, yeah, you know, I think I'm okay, you know, unless like I know them, like my friend Sage. Like Sage is the only person I'd probably like, if he offered me to like, hey, you know, Nyaru, do you want to come to Australia? I'll pay for your flight and everything like that. Then yeah, I have no problem because I know Sage. I've known Sage for such a long time. Like he's a good person. Like I've known him for a good amount of years, to be honest. That's the difference. But if I'm barely knowing someone like 3 months into our friendship and he's saying all this stuff to me, I'm like, you know, I'm okay. I'm fine. If I did that, Sonako, she would smack me. I'd fucking grab you and throw you into outer space, to be honest. with my tentacle too as well. I just fucking throw you out of here, out of existence. You can like die off in the vacuum of space, you know?
One of the friends of the anonymous Nijisanji liver, not wanting to come forward with this information even after talking about all of this with the anonymous Nijisanji liver, because she is, quote, a huge fan of Nijisanji and Aster and blames herself for what had occurred. The anonymous...
So she's a huge fan of Nijisanji and she's a huge fan of Aster, but she fucking blames herself of what happened. Man, dude, that's fucking crazy in my personal opinion to be thinking like that, actually, in my personal opinion. Like I like Scarlet, right? But I wouldn't say I'm like a fan. Like I like her. I think she's cool. She's awesome. But I'm not nowhere near like in the territory like, oh yeah, I'm 100% a fan of Scarlet. I fucking watch her shit. I buy her shit. All this other shit. No, I'm like, I just kind of enjoy the content. That's it. I just kind of sit there and kind of watch it from time to time. Not all the time, right? I don't watch Scarlet all the time because I don't have, I gotta worry about my own shit, But like, that should be a wake-up call for you to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't hang out with Aster alone in a VC. I'm just saying. Whoever this girl is, it's time for you to wake up. Like, honestly. This is just bad. Like, bad overall. See, this is the reason why if my, let's say for example, like my daughter, right? For future sakes, right? My daughter wants to be a VTuber, right? Because she saw me be a VTuber in the past, right? And she's like, Mama, I want to be a VTuber just like you, and then she decides to do all this stuff and everything, right? I'm going to prepare for her all the information and all the stuff that she needs to know and the stuff that she needs to avoid specific people if they start doing this stuff. I want her to be intelligent at the end of the day. I don't want her to be dumbfounded or anything like that. I want her to be a smart girl at the end of the day. So am I going to be a little strict on her? Yes, I'm going to be a little bit strict on her, but it's for her own good benefit at the end of the day. Well, granted, I'll be strict for both of my son and my daughter at the same time. So if I get a son and a daughter, it's just kind of like, well, I'm going to be strict, I'm going to be slightly a little bit more stricter to my kids because I want them to be, I want them to be smart individuals. I don't want them to be like, I don't want them to be stupid, I want them to avoid these people and I want them to be smart, to think on their heads, to be like, something seems pretty off about this guy. This guy seems to be like wanting me to fly me out and everything like that, hello, thank you for the followers. So, I don't want them to be like, oh, I don't want them to come up to me and then like a few months later they'll be like, oh, this guy flew me out and everything like that, and he like sexual harassed me and everything like that. I'd be like, well, you stupid for that at the end of the day. Well, first I'm gonna call her stupid, number one, okay? If she actually fucking goes for it, The VTuber Survival Guide Mama Sanako edition, I think that would be a good to do maybe a video on it. Yeah, it would be. I would have to get all the evidence and everything like that,
Anonymous Liver stating at this point that in their opinion that as a person Aster is very, very manipulative and that he had been taking advantage of his status alongside the fact that a lot of people had been looking up to him. And then
who the fuck looks up to Aster Arcadia? Look, I get it, right? I like my Oshis too. I look up to them as well, But I can tell the difference of a good Oshi and a bad Oshi, Like something about Aster just kind of rubbed me the wrong way immediately. I don't know what it was, but it was like my intuition or something like that. It was just like, this person does not pass the vibe check for some apparent reason. They really don't, Like for me, Keisan is one of my Oshis that I look up to. Iron Mouse is one of my, Botan is one of my, Selene, well, before she transferred over to Doki, but Selene is one of my Oshus. Botan and Selene were like basically on the same spectrum as in like FPS, right? Because I was like, damn, dude, I wish I can still be that good, in FPS games. Shy Lily is also one of them. I think she's pretty cool at the end of the day. This one moth VTuber that I forgot off the top of my head because it's been such a long. There are certain people. There are certain people that I can't remember. Like I don't really, because like it's a few. Like when I used to watch them, I used to know all their names, but it's been a while. Yuzu, yeah, there you go, Yuzu. I actually do like Yuzu. I think she has a really cool personality from the stuff that I've seen. Numi, I think Numi is funny, to be honest. I have not seen Shondo content. I have not seen any Shondo content. I've only heard that she's been getting in trouble by Twitch because Twitch being a little bitch or so, about lolly VTubers, which I think is pretty stupid in my personal opinion. Let me see. I'm trying to like remember all of my favorite like fuck, what's her name? She's the popular one in Hololive, the pink hair Grim Reaper girl. Shit. Yeah, it's been a while since I remember since Callie. Yeah, there you go, Mori, yeah. Mori. Yeah, Mori is what I usually call her most of the time. I think Goro is funny personally, especially her like making fun of people who hate lollies and everything like that. I think it's pretty fucking hilarious in my personal opinion. What is it? Marin is also a funny one in my personal opinion. She does the memes herself, or like the horny memes and everything. Like these are just like a few that I like or so. Like I just kind of like look up to them and kind of like watch them or so from time to time. Not all the time, right? But from time to time. And these are the specific individuals, right? That I kind of look up to, you know, and kind of respect at the end of the day, right? I respect a lot of the VTubers, you know. It's not like I respect more than the others. I respect at least, you know, a good amount or so that are like popular at this day and age, though, who haven't really, you know, who really have kept their hands clean at the end of the day. So, but yeah, these are pretty much like my favorite like kind of go-to kind of people that I go up to at the end of the day. And but that's just me though. But unfortunately, I just haven't been Pecora. I haven't seen too much Pecora stuff, you know, from time to time, but not a lot though. But I can still respect her at the end of the day. It's not like I don't give her any respect, you know. Because they're all talented, right? I think personally everyone from Hololive is fucking talented. You know, I wish I can have that 10% talent. You know,
remarking.
But I'm here making shitty videos on YouTube, anyways.
That these girls simply did not know how to reply and simply went along with it. This anonymous liver continued.
I would not go along with it, in my personal opinion. You know, like, have you seen the Nux response to Mudahar yet? No, I have not. I think I've seen it on Rev's like VOD thing. I think. You want to know something? I would definitely not make their antics go like that, in my personal opinion. You know, the only time I ever do like sexual jokes or sexual anything is like my friends, and that's pretty much about it. You know, like if they talk to me, or if they begin the conversation like that, right? If they begin the conversation like that to me, then of course I'll respond back in the same way. You know, like my VTuber friends, right? There's like, I think 2, 3, maybe 4 VTuber friends that I like, you know, that we talk, you know, I talk sexually, you know, well, they talk sexually to me and I talk sexually to that, right? It's kind of like flirting, basically. But like those are the only people. Like I don't do it to Natsuko, right? That's one of my other VTuber friends. I don't do that to Natsuko. You know? Unless she does it, right? Unless like she does it first, then of course I don't mind doing it. I don't do it to Mikan, you know. Mikan, I don't really do it to her because she's not like that type. You know, there are certain VTuber friends that are not like that. You know, I respect my friend group in very different manners. You know, I have a friend group who is not like that, and then I have a different friend group who are like that, who love to throw sexual innuendos, sexual jokes here and there. You know, we make fun of shit here and there, you know, and all this other shit, and you know, and all this stuff. You know, those are the people I usually kind of talk the most, in my personal opinion, because it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to just kind of be adults, you know, without having like some kind of like person be weirded out and shit like that. It's kind of fun to talk adult things because it's fun, you know. Yeah, no worries, Jay. You take care. Yeah, I heard him. I read my comment section that, like, you know, Mudahari and Nux are friends now, so.
Continuing to say, I can't see a world in which you invite a random girl that you just met to Japan, and that could mean anything but for actual purposes. Nijisanji English Liver continuing saying that their silence felt that they were letting their friends down, and even blaming themselves at this point during.
That's completely understandable. I completely understand that you blame yourself or so for this. You know, you feel like you can't do anything. You know, your friends are being like harassed or so by this fucking dude that you introduced them to because they were like big fans, right? Because you know him, right? Because you thought he was like a certain way, and then instead he decides to flip the coin and be a different way, and starts harassing your friends. You know, and it just kind of sucks. You know, like that's completely understandable because you blame yourself for it, and you're just kind of like, well, shit, man, I blame myself for this because I introduced him to him. You know, now he's fucking running amok across my friends, and you know, all this other shit. You know, just kind of like, like that's completely understandable. You know, 100%. I understand that completely. You know, yeah, I can't blame her. I can't blame her for thinking like that.
During our conversation, stating I had introduced Aster into our friend group to play games, and this had obviously hurt friends very much, them being really, really big fans and souring their experience and opinions. This Nijisanji English Live are also stating,
well, to be honest, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm sorry, but like I've said this once in the video, and I'll say it again. If you are actually fans of like Nijisanji En and Aster, Luka Kaneshiro, Vox Akuma, fucking insert certain VTuber name, and if you're like super big fans and you think you idolize them and you've been ignoring the controversies and everything like that, you're just ignorant at the end of the day. You know, you're just ignorant. I'm sorry, but it's just kind of like the information is out there of what happened with Aster earlier this year. Okay? Can those screenshots be fake? Of course, take it as a grain of salt. But at the end of the day, you always got to be wary, because you want to know something? There's a lot of bad eggs in the VTuber community, and that is a fucking fact. Why do you think I'm not part of the VTuber community? Because there are a lot of shady people in the VTuber community that decide to be VTubers because they're just kind of like riding the wave of the popularity of VTubers. That's why I just do my own thing at the end of the day. You know, it might take me a while for me to be, quote unquote, famous, you know. But you want to know something? At least I get to know my audiences, the ones who come to hang out with me from my YouTube community and my Twitch community. And I think personally, you know, I can build a pretty strong relationship with all of my fan base, the core fan base that were here at the beginning. You know, the people who've been here at the beginning of my small tininess, going up to becoming, you know, big and whatnot, quotation marks, big, quote unquote. You know, they'll know how I really am. You know. Every fairy tale have bits of truth. Yep. Hey, man, to be honest, you're not gonna get, like, a make-believe version of me. The way how you see me now is the way how I'm always going to be, even if I'm famous. Quotation marks, famous. I always put that in quotation marks. Always.
That Nijisanji English management had not taken any action, saying, quote, we don't want him to retaliate, so we won't want to tell him that you spoke with us. Once again, that admission coming from an anonymous Nijisanji Liver that Nijisanji English management had refused to take any action regarding their own talent, Aster Arcadia.
That's crazy.
Accusations this Nijisanji English talent bringing to them that Aster had been harassing others even outside of the company. And the Nijisanji English Liver seeing this in action on the part of the company, being damaging and dangerous to the VTuber sphere itself. This anonymous Nijisanji English Liver also remarking on this screenshot that had made its rounds earlier in the year, saying that they had originally assumed that the images were fake, but upon speaking further with Aster, realizing this is just how he talks, that he is manipulative, aggressive, and that he had sent them a similar message. That message being,
take care, King, get some good rest. Thank you for coming by as always. Very much appreciate it. So I can't lie, I only started watching you for months, watching you for a month now. Yeah. Like, honestly, like, the way how I am right now, I'm always going to be the same throughout the entire, throughout my entire journey as a VTuber. I'm not going to change. I'm like, why the fuck do I need a sports car? Shit, I just want a normal car at the end of the day. Or fucking put money on my old car, you know? My little Honda Prelude 84, you know? Oh, tell Nebby I said hi. I know that Nebby is in the Philippines right now. I know that for a fact. Tell her I said hi. I hope she's doing well. No, 84, not 94. 84. A Honda Prelude 84. That's what I have in my possession. Tell her I miss her too as well. Hopefully she comes back safe. 84, even better, yeah. Yeah, I still have it. Unfortunately, I don't have money to send it to a shop, you know? Because, well, I don't have money. I'm trying to invest my money into my stream setups and everything, right? Upgrading my hardware and getting a VTuber model so I can maybe make merch in the future, in the far future. I don't think anytime soon, but in the far future. And then probably use that money to probably fix up my jalopin car, my 84 Honda Prelude, because I do want to take it to a shop so it can be, basically restored or get a new paint job or something like that, Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm investing something that's actually pretty good, in my personal opinion, Plus, also, I do want to buy, my mom a house anyways. Void approved vehicle, very nice. Yeah. That vehicle has been in the family for like almost over 20 years. That's how long that car has been in the family. It has been in the family for over 20 years. That's how long that car has been with us. We've had that car for over 20 years. That shit's fucking crazy in my personal opinion. And it still runs really fucking well. It just really sucks to drive it in the summertime. You should not drive that car in the summertime. That's all I gotta say. Because it doesn't have air conditioning. And that shit is a metal fucking car. So that shit gets hot as fuck, dude. Hey Ash, how you doing there, hun?
Scene here, being forwarded from the Nijisanji English Liver to us here at TVS.
Let me see. I'll be honest, that wasn't just misunderstanding. That was taking what I said and turning up the up to 100 and digging at me the entire match. I already knew you'd do something like that if I jungled, but not to that level. I genuinely felt like you were being purposefully toxic at me for not doing what you wanted, because he fucking emphasized you. What you wanted in the game, almost as if I was dealing with a random solo queue player. Making a joke about the jungling thing once or twice is fine. It's a joke after all, but the entire time, because he's emphasizing entire, and to the point of even yelling at me and arguing with me, that is taking it a step too far, and I was really trying to hold in my anger. I even told you straight up in a serious tone in front of everyone that I do not want to be verbally abused again, so stop it. When I tried to keep giving hints for you to tone it down, you kept going. That shit is extremely unacceptable and actually makes me want to avoid even doing anything with you. If I'm being honest, I will not stand to be verbally abused like that on stream ever again. It's weird because you never acted like that to me off stream, but the moment it's on stream, it's a switch that flipped. I don't mind teasing / banter, but that level is unnecessary. I do enjoy hanging out with you and gaming, but I do not want to be verbally abused by whom I consider a friend. Can something improve here, or is it going to be a continued issue? Well, you don't like being shit talked or so? Is that a problem or something? You don't like being shit talked by your own friends? Shit, man. Back in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or so, I should talk to my friends. My friends should talk to me too as well. But we had fun at the end of the day, so that's like the biggest difference, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, you know. Well, you're playing League of Legends. That's number one. Because if you're saying jungler, right? The one thing that comes into mind immediately is League of Legends. You think there's gonna be like tame conversation in the League of Legends conversation? I don't know about that, Chief. That's kind of hopeful wishing if you're actually thinking if, you know. Here, let me go back a little bit for that one.
He talks that he is manipulative, aggressive, and that he had sent them a similar message. That message being seen here, being forwarded from the Nijisanji English Liver to us here at TBS. Aster saying to the anonymous Liver, "This S is extremely unacceptable and actually makes me want to avoid even doing anything with you if I'm being honest." Asking.
So if it's probably a League of Legends collaboration, and probably can find out who immediately it is.
The Liver, can something improve here, or is this going to be a continued issue? The Nijisanji English Liver then apologizing to Aster, much in the same way that had occurred before.
I am sorry because I generally did not mean to be malicious or flame you seriously. It does kind of make me feel bad that you think that I would want to hurt you intentionally, because I do care about you a lot. I'm really bad at reading you and people in general, and if I had to realize you were uncomfortable, I would have stopped immediately. I misunderstood your words at the start of the match because I thought you mentioning me flaming you was like an invitation to banter. Man, shit. Man, bro, man, if I'm collabing with somebody, right, and I'm like, if they're shit talking to me, I'll fucking shit talk to them back as well. I think it would make a pretty funny comment, a pretty funny conversation, in my personal opinion. I understand now it wasn't, but I really was not trying to verbally abuse you or anything. To me, it was banter because every time I would make a bad play myself, I would blame you even when you did nothing wrong. Man, that sounds like a fun time, in my personal opinion. That sounds like a fun time. I would love to fucking, whoever this is, I would have loved to like just shit talk to them back in return. When you did say to stop after the game, I understood you were serious. I was just trying to play it off since we were streaming and I didn't do it again. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whoever this other VTuber is, whoever this other specific VTuber that collaborated with him in general, dude, I would have such a fun time doing some banters in return, you know. It's probably because it's the mobile version. Mobile version's kind of a little bit iffy from time to time. Yeah, because the rewards work fine here.
War between Scarlet and Aster. Aster then following that up, saying, "It's fine now since you understand and apologize, and I know you would never intentionally hurt me." So once again, in review, Aster...
Hold on. Personally, I am someone who isn't comfortable with heavy banter as it gets to a point that makes me very uncomfortable. Man, dude, you would not survive in a Call of Duty lobby. That's all I gotta say, in my personal opinion. That's crazy. It's hard to say when is a good time to banter/tease. What? Quotation marks, when? However, that is just something that needs to be adapted to over time, hence why I'm telling you what made me feel uncomfortable from the stream. Bro, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had someone like this who messaged me after stream or something like that they did not enjoy my banter with them, all I gotta say is, like, I would not be continuing playing games with them. That's all I gotta say. You know, I'm sorry, but, like, I'd rather have certain VTuber friends that are okay with, like, funny banter and shit, you know? Because, like, Sage is one of them. Like, Sage is the one that I enjoy shit talking all the damn time when we're playing video games. It's so fucking funny, dude. It is so funny, the shit that we always say to each other. It is fucking hilarious every fucking time. I enjoy hanging out with him because he's so funny. And the fucking shit that we always fucking make fun of each other, I'm like, bitch, shut your bitch ass up. Oh my god, dude. One day I'll get to hang with Sage again, and you know we'll do a collaboration with each other again and just do some fucking stupid shit as always, you know.
Stand and apologize, and I know you would never intentionally hurt me. So once again, in review, Aster Arcadia now being accused by...
I do not play League of Legends. Fuck League of Legends. I will not touch that toxicity cess.
Multiple Nijisanji English Livers of...
Actually, not sorry. Fuck League of Legends.
behavior both within and outside the company. That is now over
I
the
hate
past
League of
week,
Legends.
numerous
I
individuals
hate that shit with a
have been expecting
passion.
Nijisanji English to take some form of public action to reprimand Aster Arcadia in some fashion. And that is all for this short but highly important and pointed episode. Once again, this episode is not monetized, so liking, commenting, and subscribing below is very helpful, most especially in helping forward this important information.
I should your bitch ass up. I hate Valorant too. I hate anything that Riot has been making so far. Fucking the way how they charge skins and everything is so fucking absurd, to be honest. But yeah, what a very interesting video. Wow, it's fucking Mugen. Oh hell no. Nijisanji said we ain't ending this year without a bang. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, if you finally interacted with your Oshi from Nijisanji EN, and this is how it turned out to be with your interaction with your favorite Oshi from Nijisanji, I think it's time for you to wake up and smell the roses, sweet cheeks. Like, if this is not enough information for you that, like, some of these people are pretty shady, you know, VTubers, you know? I'm not saying all of them, right? I'm saying some of them. It just kind of sucks because, like, who knows? There might be some actual genuine people in the Nijisanji, like, VTuber, like the VTubers that are on there, right? The EN side, right? There might be legit, like, actual legit VTubers that just want to do, you know, VTubing shit, right? But then you have all these other people who, like, are literally messing up the brand and everything like that and just making it look so terribly bad that they also fall into the same category, too, as well, which kind of sucks at the end of the day. But, you know, it is what it is. Thank God I did not get accepted to Nijisanji EN. Oh my God. Well, granted, I never took the audition serious anyways. I never took the audition very serious. That could probably be the reason why, so. But yeah, anyways. That's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff, and yeah. What a very interesting video. What a very interesting false ID. It's been a while since I've seen a false ID video, actually, to be honest, so. It's pretty interesting. Like I said, man, I don't know who's a fan of Nijisanji now these days. It's been a while since we talked about Nijisanji, and that's the end of the video. I don't know. Peace.